Okay guys, I thought we'd go along today for a pantry tour. It's been a while since we've done one, so let's have a look at our pantries and our fridge and freezers to see how we're doing on our low waste journey. Now, this is one pantry, and as you remember from my last video, I had two. But we were trying to do the pantry challenge and eat everything in there, so we're down to one. Because I actually sold the other one. So what you're looking at here is 2 containers of oats. I bought a huge, I think it was a 10-pound or 15-pound bag of oats. Icing sugar, white sugar, and flour. So we keep those in there, and we buy all that in paper bags. Coming up here, you have apple cider vinegar, concentrated cleaning vinegar, both in plastic jars. I can't find it right now in glass. I have seen apple cider vinegar in glass, but not the regular white stuff. Behind that is citric acid, olive oil, jojoba oil, olive oil. I buy the huge metal tin to pour in here. Coconut oil. Coming up here we have the misto, which is really cool. Instead of buying spray pan anymore in those aerosol containers, I bought a misto, and it works so cool. You fill it halfway up with olive oil, only halfway, no more, and this acts as a pump, and you just keep pumping it up and it builds pressure. And it works just like an aerosol. I love it. So far, so good. This is all my baking stuff. So you're looking at cornstarch, baking powder, baking soda, brown sugar, molasses still. These are some goldfish things that someone gifted to me. And packaging is... it's not even recyclable, this packaging. So I wish they would change their packaging. Kraft Dinner, which comes in a cardboard box you can recycle or tear up for your compost. But the little packet of cheese inside is not recyclable or compostable. The boyfriend and the kid likes that, so they buy it. Parmesan cheese, still in a plastic container. It's my last one. I had so many of them. We're down to the last one, and Bulk Barn actually sells this kind of cheese that you can buy. We do have a Soda Stream, so this is a replacement cartridge that you can actually take back to the store, and you get $15 off your next purchase of one. We actually have the Soda Stream Source here, which works amazing. No electricity needed. Love it. It replaces so many cans of Coke. Here we have some let's see, cat food, pesto. So this is metal, this is glass. My what I call emergency spaghetti sauce in a glass jar, just in case I have none. Can of peas for when I make chicken pot pie. This here is my vanilla bean in vodka. And I'm actually working on making my own vanilla extract. You're supposed to let it sit for about 6 months to 1 year at least before using it. So I started this on February 25th. And I didn't have enough beans, so I added the rest of the beans on August 26th, 2020. And this is the color we have so far. And what you do is you just leave it there. You just leave it there, and every now and then you come around and you shake it. So eventually you'll have vanilla extract, so I won't have to buy any in the little plastic containers. This is peanuts. Because of the COVID virus, corporations and businesses are refusing to let you bring your own container to use in the bulk bins. So we're forced to get them in little plastics. There's a thing of Jello left over that hasn't been eaten yet. Bunch of glass jars over there of like sun-dried tomato and oil, some sauce. So that's this pantry. From the start of this whole virus thing in March. Let's go to the next pantry. We've been doing the pantry challenge where you try and eat everything in your pantries. So because we ate so much stuff, I actually emptied out some pantries. Here's some Raisin Bran I bought. So it's a cardboard box that you can recycle or tear up in little pieces to compost. But the bag inside is garbage. It's not recyclable. What I actually do is I empty them and I use them. You could freeze stuff in them in your freezer, or I use them just to scoop my cat litter into, and it ends up in the garbage. We have some pasta. There's some pasta in boxes down there. Again, cardboard. You have to tear out the little plastic window it comes in. This is a plastic container of popcorn kernels. I didn't have access to the bulk store to buy it, but it would have came in a plastic bag anyways. Normally you could buy it in your own refillable container, but they're not letting you do that right now. So I got a bunch of hazelnuts and chickpeas and pickling salt. This is all spices I have. And these are all in Veganese empty jars I reuse. And they're all uniform, perfect size. So I really like them. I recently got into canning this year. So up there is my own canned pickles. There's about 5 different kinds up there, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's about 5 different kinds. And all the cucumbers came from my garden this year that I grew. So that's this pantry. And I forgot to show you over here. This is my other little spice cabinet thing. So it's a bunch of spices, salt, all in mostly glass jars. Some of the lids have plastic. Up here, it's the same thing. Mustard powder, smoked, liquid smoke. These are like extracts I've had forever. I've had these for years. And it's a plastic container, but they're still not finished. And the top is just a wood, what is that, mortar and pestle. It's actually empty back there because, like I said, we're trying to use up all the stuff we have. Now let's go to the fridge. Close this on the way. Yeah, I think it's important to try and eat what you have at home before buying new. So into the fridge. What do we have in the fridge today? Okay, that is a stainless steel container full of ketchup. We buy the ketchup in the huge metal tins and refill it. That's salsa. Eggs in a cardboard, just that cardboard stuff that you can put in your compost bin. We got some cheese, cream cheese. This is in plastic. I have to find the cream cheese that comes in a, what does it come in? It comes in cardboard, I think. What is this? This is our own peanut butter. This is our own pancake batter. These are all SodaStream flavors. They are in plastic bottles, but it's still less than buying cases of 24. This is all, that's homemade pickles. That's, oh, this is a, like, fermented what do you call them? Green beans. That's my fridge telling us to close the door. This is our SodaStream water bottles that we keep cold. So that's a good tip actually. If you have a SodaStream, put your water bottles in the fridge so they're cold. Put your flavors in the fridge. So when you do make the soda, it's very cold. Right now I have some mushrooms I have to find what to do with. Mushrooms come in a plastic container. It's actually very hard to find mushrooms that are loose unless you go to like a specialty fruit store, but it's not exactly that close to me. It depends on the weather and if I walk up there. We have some tahini, homemade oat milk, jam I buy in the biggest glass container I could find. I would like to learn how to make my own. More SodaStream. Sauce, Veganese, the best stuff ever, I'm telling you. It's like, if you think of Hellmann's mayonnaise, how kind of plain it tastes, but then you think of Miracle Whip and how tangy it tastes, This is in between to me. This is really good. Some cherries I have to find a recipe for. This is the ketchup that we refill all the time. Oh, I found a new barbecue sauce in a glass jar. So this is jerk sauce. Want to try it? This is some plastic salad dressing. The boyfriend wants the creamy kind. Like, he wants the white, you know, like the creamy kind, not the vinegar one. And right now I can't find it locally in a glass jar. I can only find it in a plastic. This is yeast, bread yeast and pizza yeast that comes in glass jar. This is homemade. This is actually vegan Worcestershire sauce I make. Really good. Here's another barbecue sauce. This one's actually really good. It's apple, maple, and ale sauce. Maple syrup that I get in a what do you call it? In a tin that I pour in here. This is Greek salad dressing that I found in a glass jar, which is really good. This is all the stuff we call provisions we get from restaurants. Even though we tell them everywhere, don't send us any, we still get them. So that's the fridge. And if we open the freezer, oh, say hi, Bean. Bean, 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 bean. That's the Bean. Yeah, that's our little baby Bean. We open the freezer over here. What do we have? Okay, we have ice cream sandwiches from our local ice cream place. Before they closed, we could buy a whole bunch. We have freezies in plastic that I've literally had for years. They have still not been eaten. We found a chicken pie that comes in a cardboard container, and inside it has an aluminum pan, which are both recyclable, or you can compost the box. I've never tried this before. It was on special. We thought we'd give it a shot. Let's see. Next one. Okay, this is chicken, pepperoni. You'll notice the 30% off stickers. This is cheese. This is hamburger meat. And all this, almost all this meat was bought from the app called Flash Food. And you can buy discounted stuff. And if you get it more than 30%, you get it like 50% off and even more. It's really cheap. This is all vegetables grown from my garden this year. I'm so happy. This is all our spring onions. Oh, look who's here on the Bean. This is garlic scapes. I got carrots and turnips. This is like kale, green beans, yellow beans. The whole thing is full of all the vegetables I've grown. So I literally ordered the seeds, planted it myself. This is our breadcrumbs. Oh, look at the Bean. Oh, Bean, come on. Yeah, so every time we have bread or something we're not eating, or a bun, I dry it out and add some herbs and keep it as breadcrumbs. These are homemade spaghetti meat sauce that I'm froze in glass mason jars. This is one of my first attempts to freeze in jars. So far, nothing has broken, nothing has cracked. You have to leave a lot of space in between. Don't fill it to the top. So far, so good. So that's our pantry tour. And this is the Bean. And yeah. So there you go. There's our update.